Hello, welcome back. It's another big turn, lads. Let's see. Death Row Records claimed Throne of the Moon in the name of Whack-Ass Whacker Prison. We cast Agitate the Mire, looks for sites, didn't find any. Lemnos has a new prophet named Hera? Come on. Did 3 assassinations, they were all successful. Let me add some battles, let's see. So we lost another province to man. Just this little raiding force as usual. Really took way too long sitting on these stupid forts, didn't I? He's almost took like all the territory we took from him. That was Hergendorf. I had to get a bit distracted though, I suppose. I shouldn't be too hard on myself. Battle in Villia next. Now, this is just a Lemnosian scout attacking the stack I have on man's fort. So I assume what's happening here is that Lemnos is pinging the fort to see what's here so that man can decide how to attack it. That's my guess. Didn't see any other reason why a cat scout would be pinging a fort I'm sieging in someone else's territory. So that was Villia. So you have to assume that man saw all of that now and knows exactly what this army is and how it's positioned. So with that in mind, I've reinforced it and I've changed the positioning. Next we spotted a battle between Selenia and man. Now if you've watched my other videos, you know how I feel about other opponents picking off territory from people that I'm at war with. Seems very rude. Man's territory is mine, go away. These guys have like no hit point. I haven't actually looked at these units yet, so this will be new to me as well. This is the Moon Nation. They're ethereal with magic power. Dark vision. Sacred, they have magic weapons. 6 hit points, size 2. Is that one wounded or something? Maybe. You guys have 8 hit points. 9. 2 magic weapons with dark power. These look like very, very high damage sacred units. Is there a spellcaster in here? We have a prophet. Fire shield. So that's bad for us. We don't want to attack into people who have less troops with fire shield. I have to remember that. Need to put our bedfellows troops way out in front when we fight these guys. Because worms get absolutely shredded by damage shields. So that's good to know. So this is attacking province defense on one of man's other forts. Those are all on hold and attack. Casting body ethereal. Yeah, it's pretty scary for us. That's Coast Haven. 100 units. We've got 60 sacreds. 16 mundane. 1 mundane, 4 archers. 17 of these sacreds. Yeah, it's a lot. So that's here. Also spied a battle between Nazca and Lemnos. Some knights attacking some cats. Goes weirdly poorly. I don't know. There's heavy cav versus some cats. Make of that what you will. That's over here next to us. Finally, another battle between man and us. Taking my Sino cave from me. Casters just aim up and then do lightning bolts. Nothing too interesting there. That's Crystal Fields. Events. We did Agitate the Mire in Old Forest, 125 corpses. We got Mire in Hall Woods. We got another Night Conjurer. No retinue this time. We've got like a streak of these guys. This is pretty impressive. There's quite a lot of stuff you can get out of Bedfellows. There's even like other versions of the Knight Samarant that aren't casters, and we haven't even get one of them. Redweed Flourishing, Keepers. We got a Great Red Moor in Haloma, and we got one in Heaper, and we got one in Chibia. So that's 3 more Astral Pearls for us. That's quite nice. Packwoods, we got Unrest and Misfortune. In Gladewoods, we got another 9 Death Gems, which is nice. And in Kareen, big one, we got 1,420 gold, 3 Fire Gems, 2 Water Gems, 5 Earth Gems, and Boots of the Messenger again. And that's it for messages. We are now repairing Queen Forest faster than it can be sieged because there is only a scout on it now. Man's been breached, so we can storm it. And the walls in Villia are critically damaged. I thought this would be knocked over like so quickly. Apparently not. Okay, so a few things happening this turn. Let's look at Man first. I can now finally storm Man's cap. Who knows if this is still safe? Like, it feels like a million turns ago we were like pushing into Man's territory. It's been a long time since we looked at this army, but I've got my soldiers up in front with some peasants just behind, and the gel cubes way out in front. Remember these guys? And then a few unscripted units. And there's a bunch of guys on bodyguard duty as well around all of my mages. All of my mages are in this little block. This guy. Oh, he's moving. Okay. They're all in this little block. Big worms directly behind them. Big worms down here as well. Smallest worms are at the back. Doing some blessings, some Horde of Skeletons. Fine Arrows. Divine Blessing. Casting some Cheap Fates. I split things up as much as I can because when you storm a fort, there's going to be lots of arrows getting shot at you from the battlements, which is also why I'm doing more buffs than usual on the first turn. So we've got guys doing Skeletal Body, and this guy's spamming Cheat Fate on people. I don't want my dudes to get picked off by arrows. Other than that, it's business as usual. There's not really much here. We can't do anything particularly interesting. Oops. So that's going to storm the castle this turn. Hopefully that goes okay. Now then, I did notice that Man has slowly taken back all of the territory around Man. So if something does go wrong, we don't have anywhere to retreat to if Man takes this province. So with that in mind, I'm also going to try and defend this province as well while we're storming. Just in case, because I don't want to be too cocky and just assume this is going to be easy. We might lose. With that in mind, I'm supposed to leave one thing not storming, right? Does this work if I just put this thing in the garrison? Leave that in the garrison. So I'm going to try and defend Gold Mountains as well. I put the province defense up to 24. This is a lot, but we got a ton of gold this turn. We still have 668 left. I'm not too bothered about that. But I put the province defense up. I've got some acolytes moving here. And then way over in Haloma, I've got one of my N3 guys doing Greater Peristaltic Passage. He's been given 20 wildlings, and then 20 worm colonies that are quite developed. And so he's going to teleport from there over to Gold Mountains to defend it. It's hard to show off the whole picture. It's basically a line of wildlings within a block of worms, plus the 24 province defense. And we're all just going to try and bless up the wildlings, and then hopefully he only sends like a small force into this. Since we just saw him ping Villia, or we saw Lemnos do it, I'm wondering if he's going to move this stack into Villia and this stack into Gold Mountains. In which case that should work out fine, but I don't know. But this is nice anyway because it brings more units over here, and we do need more units to actually take this territory. It'd be annoying if Selenia grabs it all before we actually get anywhere. I'm not very good at this stage of like attacking people. I need to get better at like holding territory. But again, it's awkward when you're also trying to defend other provinces. That's what's happening in this region. Villia is somehow still not cracked open yet, but I've completely changed the positioning of everything. I'm also moving some stuff from Old Forest over. So we just got another Night Conjurer. Got 2 basic mages leading some worms. This is what's here now. Some basic units in the front, all on hold and attack. Worms at the back, unscripted units at the back. And then the casters are all just casting in these 2 blocks, except this guy, who needs a name. He's on Personal Look, Twist Fate, and then Attack Rio duty. He's pretty decent. His stats are going to get worse because, like a lot of Bedfellow's troops, he has power, in this case Death Power 2, and Villiers has Growth 1, so his stats will get trashed a bit. But he still should be fine. If there's only like 1 or 2 commanders attacking into Villiers when he breaks siege, if he breaks siege, this guy hopefully will just run to the back and start killing commanders. He's pretty good. Got a bunch of attacks, he's got a lance charge. He's got Fear 5 plus 2 from Death. He holds Heretic, which is good against Holy Commanders, I guess. Yep. Everyone else is doing usual casting things. Vine arrows, hordes of skeletons, or walk forwards. So, Stormman, defend Gold Mountains, continue sieging Villiers. That's what's happening down here. Over here, moving worms around. Over here, the Cats moved everything off Queen Forest this turn. There's just a scout sieging it, which is okay. These provinces aren't terribly important to me, so I'm not in a rush to take them back. They're not hugely valuable to him either. He can't take the fort, because he's not sieging it. This is worth 45 gold. It's got all of my terrible scales in it. So I'm going to ignore that for a turn just to see what he does. And meanwhile I'm setting up stuff in Haloma like I said I would. So there's 2 different kinds of people here. Some people are moving away. So some people are moving into Summerlands. This is what's going to be in Summerlands next turn. Province events here is also up to 24. A bunch of worms and a bunch of powerful casters. These powerful casters are all just going to site search. But they can also help defend. So if he moves this stack down into Summerlands, it'll be defended with all this stuff. And if he doesn't, that's okay. They're just going to search for sites anyway, so it's not a huge waste. We're going to Divine Bless, regen. I've got all the casters back here to buff up the Dancer. He's on attack rear. Everything else is business as usual. Got the Water Guy doing Quagmire. Worms will walk forwards. If it really is just this stuff here, we can't see the cats anywhere, it's just the horses. I think that'll defend fine. Meanwhile, everything else is staying in Haloma. They're on research or patrol duty. Idruf is going to cast Strange Bedfellows. Management, once it's cloud-based, is going to do Agitate the Mire. And we're going to start moving some more worms into this province. Ignore this guy. Everyone's set to just kind of cast whatever's useful. This province is already on 24 defense, so this is going to be set up as another important province like Old Forest. That's fine. Research is back up to 226. It could be up to about 400 this turn. There weren't so many movements. So we're starting to recover research. And I'll just defend these 2 provinces, see what Cats does, and then I'll take these provinces back next turn, or reassess if there's a more army has showed up. I don't know. But I think that's all okay for now. Doesn't look like La Mancha's doing anything yet. That's fine. And I'm starting to move assassins down towards La Mancha now, so you can keep a very close eye on him. And I think that's it for this turn. So Storm, defend, siege, and defend, and set up the ally factory in Haloma. I'll hit N a few times. This guy's hiding, he can just hide and preach. Hide and preach. I could do it with some more scouts over here, but that's fine. I am recruiting some more acolytes. A lot of them are moving around worms at the moment. Are there any acolytes here not doing anything? You're not doing anything, I suppose. Nor are you. Let's move some patrolling acolytes on, just so that we can see more stuff over here. Alright, ending turn. That was turn 25, thanks for watching. Hopefully that all goes okay, and I'll see you on 26 when it doesn't. Hello, welcome back. Another turn of several messages. First things first, you can see we received a lot of gifts from MA Cassia. I may have oversold how equally the battle between Cassia and TM Dracut was going, because Cassia lost their cap last turn, and that's that, and they've gone out of the game. and decided to give me all of their stuff because of how nice I was to them and how much they like me and respect me. So we got quite a lot of stuff, including 3,000 gold, which is great. We got alteration to 3, not much of great interest there. We're close to swarm at 4. Can keep going. Same targets as usual. We cast strange bedfellows again, so we have 2 portals now. Agitate the mire, greater peristaltic passage. Agitate the mire, some assassinations, both of which were fine. And then we had 2 battles in Man, and 1 in Summerlands. The first things first, Man broke siege with a lot of mantises. His god's back. A lot of long spears and slingers, which we've seen. A lot of casters as well. Into my old army that's been sat here for 200 years. Let's see how things go. So as per usual, the dragon kills a lot of worms. Killed most of the mantises at this point. Dragon dies. I do find it funny to watch the peasants running around. It's peasants killing a witch. Yeah. So that was Man. Killed a lot of stuff. Didn't really lose much. Lost some peasants. A couple of worms. Didn't lose any of the big worm colonies though. And then another battle in Man, where we stormed the fort. Nothing really left here though. I'm just gonna turbo through this one. It's great when your units get blocked by something like a skeleton trying to get up on the battlements. But I'll save you the 10 minutes spent watching that. We lost some worms and that's about it. Some more peasants, unfortunately. But we took the fort. That's the end of Man's cap. And probably the end of Man. Also had a battle in Summerlands. So this was Lemnos attacking into my site searchers. The PD tentacle does not usually last very long. Put up a quagmire. Answers in the back. Doesn't do a whole lot, but she looks cool. So that was Summerlands. Lost 5 colonies, killed the barbs. Pretty good. So good battles all around. Lots of events as usual. Agitated the mire, agitated the mire. We got a new thing from Strange Bedfellows in Old Forest. A Splendron. Redweed Flourishing in Umbral. Maya in Uuodeouda, that's good. Another Night Conjurer, incredibly, from Haloma. This is the new Bedfellows. Dense Redweed in Niffle. We got 2 Nature Gems in Glade Woods, 5 Air Gems in Niffle, 20 income in Niffle, and there's an arena coming up. People's Deathmatch. Lost a Scout in Modnations lands, Under Siege in Queen Forest, but there's nothing there. And Villia's been breached, so we can storm it. And that's it for messages. So, this turn. A lot of developments, I suppose. First of all, I think cats might be losing the war that they're in with whoever else is attacking them. We know that Nazca's attacking them. From the sounds of things on Discord, it's not going too well. So I'm going to take back these provinces now, with some worms. Maybe try and grab up some of these bits of land too. Don't really have anything to siege a fort with over here, unfortunately. But we'll grab up at least our own territory. And take a few bits that were owed, I think. And that's probably going to wrap up soon. The war with Man is now wrapping up, of course. And the war with La Mancha is over as well. I sent a message to La Mancha saying, hey, do you want peace? And they said yes, so that's that. So in theory we can sit here now and kind of develop for a little bit. Unfortunately down here we have Selenia taking provinces. They've taken this province off us, which is obnoxious because it had some of our nature gems. And they sent me a message on Discord saying, hey, I'm going to attack Drenchbore next. That's cool, right? So, we're now at war with Selenia, is the short version. Which is why I made peace with La Mancha, so let's wrap that up. I'm pretty sure DM Dracket's going to attack us next, because everyone's going to attack us at some point, but at least these wars are now pretty much wrapping up, so this is our only war now as far as I'm concerned. So let's go back to movements. Over here, moving worms around, that's pretty standard at this point. Got loads of corpses here, so I don't need to agitate. That's all good. The ally that we just got out of Strange Bedfellows in this province is new. This is the Splendor. This is the priest version. They get quite good priests. This is a Holy 3 guy. That's really nice. The Splendor are a bit weird. They have trash stats mostly. Their units have absolutely dreadful stats, but they get 4 attacks. So if you can actually hit something with an attack of 5, because these guys are not ambidextrous, you will hit very, very hard. So these guys take a bless quite well. Particularly a 5 bless would be quite good to give them some attack skill. Yeah, they're really, really good for taking a bless. If you're thinking about playing this nation as a bless nation, these are probably the units you want, just because of how many attacks they get. And they've got a lot of hit points, so at least our regeneration will be quite good for them as well. They're a bit weird. They have a weird mixture of kind of weird low stats and some bonuses, including poison barbs. That's this region. Pretty simple. We'll keep an eye on DM Dracket, but if he invades, I don't think I can really do anything, so yeah. Over here, I'm going to pick up this territory, take it back with the worms. Can't really siege this fort, but I'll try and grab a little bit of territory, and then we're pretty much done over here, I think. The mages that we just sent to Summerlands are going to site search, of course. And I think I might try and turn the units over here into like a throne attacking army. Because we do need to pick up these thrones still before somebody else grabs them. That's something to think about. There are some units in Haloma that are teleporting this turn. These guys, since we have a Great Red Moor here, so we can use our national teleport spell. I'm building a temple here as well for what that's worth. But I'm teleporting a lot of things to Gold Mountains, just in case the Selenian army moves up to attack us, which it might. I've got the units that are currently here, which is just these guys. It would be good to... I should probably take the worms out of the province, because I know that they're going to be really bad against that bless. But I'm kind of curious about how badly it will go if the worms hit that bless. So I'm going to leave a few worms here just to see. But other than that, the things moving here are everything that isn't a worm, essentially. So I've got some peasants, I've got some old soldiers, I've got the tree guys, cubes, and quite a few casters as well. So I'm moving all of that stuff, plus I'm teleporting a bunch of casters here as well. We'll have, I think, 5 total Horde of Skeleton Spammers, and then 2 N3 guys on top of that. We're also building a temple here. No, we're just casting Exogenesis here. That will also give us an Entwining Arm, and Redweed, and Positive Dominion. And I put the Province Defense up to 24 here, because we've got so much gold now. So there aren't many good units defending this province, but there'll be quite a few mages and stuff. Just in case he keeps marching upwards, which he might. So I'm going to defend that province this turn. I'll really take this, because if he wants to take it, then, you know, his bless kind of counters me at the moment. But I am going to try and take these provinces quickly, so just throwing worms into them should be fine. I'm going to move the assassins back to this sort of region to try and assassinate any lone commanders that are easy to assassinate. We've seen some of Selenia's commanders. They do have that tough looking mounted guy, who I don't think we could assassinate, but some of the others might be doable. We'll see. And in mana, I'm also building a temple and casting Exogenesis here as well. So I alchemized a few gems into pearls this turn to do this, because this cost me 16 pearls total to do 2 provinces. But pushing Dominion down into here and pushing our sites down into here is extremely important, especially now. I want to push this guy's Dominion out and push my sites down his throat. So I think that's everything that's happening in this sort of region. Running this, setting up sites here, and then taking these provinces. I need to grab these at some point too as well. That's all of the territory down here we can kind of reliably take. But I'll try and get some more of this stuff if I can. I have to just see how it goes. We are also storming Villia this turn, so a lot of the stuff that's here, the Splendor are on their way, they're not quite here yet. Everything else that's here, we can start using that in any kind of war against Selenia as well. And I'm marching some stuff out of Haloma, so some more tree guys, plus some more half-dead guys. Some commanders. Anything that isn't a worm, essentially, is just going to march down towards this kind of area. And I think that's broadly it for this turn. Hopefully I've covered everything in this turn now. I'm having some technical issues again. It's been hard to record this turn. It keeps... like I've got bits of footage, so what I'm planning on doing is kind of... So I've tried recording this like 4 times now. So I'm just going to take the footage I've got and like chop it together into a turn. So hopefully it comes out looking okay, and hopefully it covers everything. And I'll try and get things fixed for next turn. I'll just quickly recap though, just in case something's missed out. I'm defending this, summoning Entwining Arms here and here, trying to take this territory, moving units down, storming Villia, taking some of this territory, and I think that's pretty much it really, searching for sites. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello, welcome back. Lots of messages. We got Alteration to 4. Notably that gives us Body Ethereal and Swarm. I'll keep going. Cast a lot of spells. Also searched for a lot of sites, and did actually find some. A Magma Cave and an Enchanted Tomb. A couple of battles. Green Forest. Taking back our fort from Lemnos. Still nothing here. That goes fine. Crystal Fields. Taking back a cave from Man. Not much here. That goes fine. Ivermark. Taking back a province from Man. Nothing here. That goes fine. And also took our province back from Lemnos. Nothing here. So that goes fine. So all in all, that was fine. We spied a battle between Nazca and Lemnos. This is a bunch of sacred troops. And some non-sacred troops into some province defense. So this goes about how you'd expect. Have we seen Nazca's Bless yet? Shock weapons. Precision, shock resistance, fire resistance, reinvigoration, and blood surge. Another big bless. Other than that, not much really to see. They put another fort under siege, I believe. And then we stormed the fortress at Villia. Quite a lot of stuff here. It's not very good stuff though, it's just some magical summons. Birds get dispatched before they do any damage, fortunately. And that's that. Just the mages and the battlements now. I'll turbo through it. That was Villia. Lost a few half-soul warriors and a few peasants. Not much else. We took that fort back. Well, took it. Lots of events as usual. Agitate the Mire. We did our exogenesis twice, so we've got 2 of these events. 2 new entwining arms. We got another Dancer in the Grass, which is nice. And the other Moor gave us... oh, well, Emerald got site development. Uuodeouda finally has a Great Red Moor. Haloma got Whitewood the Druid of the Untamed Maker. That's a different kind of tree person, so I'll show him off. Redweed Spread to Man and Gold Mountains from Exogenesis. Bad Omens in Villia. Copper deposits have been found in a new mine in Emerald, that's 20 gold. We got a ton of flagellants in Haloma. And there was the People's Deathmatch. People's Deathmatch was not very interesting as usual. Commander versus a Scout. The victor of the previous arena versus a commander. A regular kind of commander guy versus the big clown. Clown basically keeps winning until he fights TM Dracket, who sends in his god, who is a 416 hit point, 10% regen Tarask. I just like how this looks. I'm not sure why the Tarask isn't regenerating. But eventually it remembers to regenerate and then resumes. Maybe it's because its hit points was over its max. Oh yeah, it was, okay. So you the Clown, who was pretty cool, did very well, took half of the Tarask's hit points, sort of, kind of, not really, but technically, and then died. The Tarask does not face any problems at all, and is congratulated as the victor of the arena. Okay, so this turn is a mess of arrows, but it's not that complicated really. Over here, just taking some provinces. I'm not going to push too far in, I can't. I've got nothing really to siege this with, so I'll just take these, consolidate this sort of territory, and that's it really. Nazca can continue his own war. That's all that's really happening over here. I'm going to ping this throne with a Acolyte. I don't think we've done this throne yet, so I'll have a look what's here, just in case we can take it. In Haloma, this is the new Trigo we got. He's a caster. N3. It's pretty nice because he can do our gateway. And these are the units that we got from the event. 51 is it? 51 flagellants. These do take a bless, I guess, so that's in something. They also have a bit of siege strength as well, 1.2 per, so that's quite nice for us in that sense. And these are the tree units that he came with. These are better than the other trees. They're much bigger, but he only got 2 of them instead of a giant group of them, so that's all the free stuff we got in this province this turn. Down here, we've just taken this fort in Villia, so we've got Dominion in Gold Mountains and Man. We've also got a temple in Man. I'm now casting Exogenesis in Villia as well, because Villia's been kind of a choke point for getting our Dominion and our sites down this way. So I'll do Villia too. I'm getting a temple up in Villia, and I'm also getting a temple up in Packwoods. So we should start to get some positive Dominion down here pretty quickly. A lot of these sites are quite low population. Gold Mountains is only 3k. Crystal Fields is only 2k. So if we can push Dominion down here, we should get site development fairly rapidly, which should be good. We've got a Moor here spitting out allies for this sort of part of my territory. We've got 1 here for this part. It'd be nice to get another Moor down here so that we can set it up as an ally factory for this part of our territory. So I'm just kind of aggressively pushing Dominion and sites down here quickly. Still not taking any of this territory though. I'm just going to sit here for a bit. I can't really siege these forts effectively. I could sit on them to stop Man getting any gold or recruitment done, but for the time being, the only province he can move into from these forts is Ivermark, so I'm just going to sit here for a turn with some units. This is kind of like a trap. If he walks into it, he'll walk into all this and probably die. Trenchbore, I'm just moving all my assassins into this province with some death gems. So if Selenia marches another little tiny army to grab this quickly, we might be able to kill his commander, which would be quite nice. This is also just kind of a trap. And other than that, I'm just moving units adjacent to the throne. I'm taking Mun with this stuff. We've got a bunch of units already waiting in Gold Mountains, and we are, of course, as usual, building up forces in Old Forest. So next time we'll attack this throne. We know it's quite a small one. We can grab that, and then roll this army down and do something in this region. And it'll give our sites a few turns to develop. And up here, I've got some cadaverous redworms heading out. They can take Jurvalkish. I'm moving a few of the dancers down into this region as well, because once we've got positive Dominion here, they'll be quite useful as raiders. And that's pretty much it for this turn. Our research is now quite good. It's 446. So in 2 turns we'll have Alteration 5. So we will definitely get up Mother Oak. And then shortly after that we'll get up Ecomorphosis. Nobody has any global enchantments up yet, interestingly. It is turn 27. You'd think there'd be something up by now. So we'll be the first, hopefully. I'll probably alchemize everything into nature gems just to get a small overcast. And then a few turns after that we'll get up Ecomorphosis with an overcast as well. Research target after that will probably be construction for a bit. We do have some national items and some national spells in construction as well. This gives you a temple. This gives you a hidden garden to recruit cat mages if you want to. We can also forge an item that blesses our troops, which would be really nice to give to the dancers. And our death gem income is quite good now, so we should also probably try and get some skull mentors. Is that what they're called? The death research booster, the skulls. To kind of catch up on research a bit. Because our research is nice now, but I'm pretty sure we're very far behind as usual, because I'm always far behind on research. And that's it for this turn. Taking Mun, taking these 2 provinces hopefully. Attack the throne next turn. And just build up sites in the south. We do have a Great Red Moor in Heaper now. If we want to set up, I think like what we should do is use our sites to set up staging posts. So if we want to attack into this territory, you can set up an ally factory here. Since we want to move down into this territory, we want an ally factory somewhere down here. Just think of our territory in those terms. And that was turn 27. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.